Sacrifices, sacrifices, sacrifices. You have to make sacrifices. What sacrifices? Well, sacrifices for everything. I'm not going to be this YouTuber just going to give you little fake myths or ideas or facts, because facts change. I tell the truth. Truth doesn't lie. Truth stays in the ground and where it does, and it always sticks to what it does and its roots. And when you sacrifice things, usually things change for the better. I'm trying to connect sacrifice with truth, but I don't know if I can do that correctly, so I don't really care. So let's just get to the episode. So in life, you have to make sacrifices for everything. I know I'm ranting here. Let me explain. If you want to be successful, you have to start saving money to be successful, right? The same thing can apply to you getting out of your comfort zone, right? Most likely successful people, they usually had to get out their comfort zones. Some of them, I'll say. Me, for example. Even though at this recording, I'm not really getting the good sales I want on my business. I'm not really getting the good sales on my books. But it doesn't matter. Should I worry about that? No, because I'm just starting out. Everyone has to start from somewhere. And the same thing for people who were successful and rich, like Jeff Bezos and stuff. People like to think of those rich people. They had to start from somewhere. And even people that are not as well known had to start from somewhere. All up. Even influencers. And so they had to make sacrifices. Some of these people, they got stuff overnight. It was. But most are usually half people, they have to build up what they do. And by building up, it all starts with you. How? Well, the first things first. You need to sacrifice your fake reputation. What that means as a fake reputation? Sacrifice the fact that, you gotta stop pleasing people. You gotta go with you. You gotta go with you. For me, there's a real life example. I used to deal with feeling guilty because I never worked a job as a teenager. My entire high school career, I didn't work a job at all. And I was originally supposed to work my sophomore year. And I remember that my grandmother and aunt were pressuring me to work my freshman year. But freshman year was COVID. And COVID was at its peak around that 2020 to 21 season. That late 2020 to 21 season. I started podcasting in March 2020 back in 8th grade, way before the job situation was even a thing or anything like that. But as I saw the numbers rise during COVID with teens working more jobs, adults leaving jobs and stuff, I saw it. I saw statistics. I heard my relatives say that. But I didn't care. I kept going. And for some people, you might think I'm stupid. Some of you may think I'm smart for saying this. And it's not all about perspective. But to a certain degree it is, a little bit. But overall, I kept on going. I didn't worry about what they thought. I did at times feel hurt, traumatized, sad, because I was like, okay, my family, they should have supported what I did. But now I'm to the point now where I'm past that. I think they're past it too. I think they forgive me. I think now that they're seeing the stuff slowly grow and I'm getting out there, they're trying to be like me, or they're being inspired by my stuff and so they want to support it. But do I care? No. I got rid of that trauma. I got rid of that resentment I had towards them. Because I realized I had to let it go. I don't need to worry about them. I don't need to please them. And that's what you got to do with your life. You want to do better. You want to be successful if that's what you want to do. It don't have to necessarily be money. Just successful in whatever you're trying to do. Stop being fake to people. Stop being fake. Tell that person you don't want to do that. If you don't want to drink, don't drink. If you don't want to work a 9-to-5 job, do it. Be smart. Save your money up. But do it. And if you're young as me, if you're 18 years old, you're really good. Because if you start now and build yourself up, and once you get good income from it, you can leave your job. Or if you, just like me, never worked a job at all and still doing this, keep doing it. Because it will eventually grow. I would advise you, grow in this. See where it leads you to. Sometimes we have to sacrifice our own hobbies. Sometimes our hobbies can be our worst distractions too. It's not just people. It's not just negative people. It's not just friends that we assume as positive, but then they're giving us negative vibes too. Sometimes it's our own distractions. For me personally, it was video games. I had to realize video games weren't taking me nowhere. That's why ever since 2020, I started doing this podcast. I kept on doing it. There are moments I played the game more than I do what I did, but I had to know how to have time management. And that's very important. Your time is very important. People always say that, but it's a serious thing. Your time is very important. You shouldn't take it as a joke because you don't know when you can leave this earth. And for me personally as a Christian, I believe in the divine power of Jesus Christ. So whatever you do, it's divinely through him. So if you're not putting your time up to do it for him, for his glory, his purpose that he had for you, then you're wasting your time on this earth. And you're wasting his time. I'm not saying that you are a waste of his time or that you are wasteful to him. You're still loving his eyesight, but you don't want to waste his time that he has for you. That's precious, very precious time on this earth. Get your life together.
You serious?
Sometimes you might have to sacrifice your habits. I know this is kind of similar to your hobbies, but that was the word I was trying to say, habits. Maybe you might need to stop spending a lot. Maybe you might need to cut down on spending. Save some more. Build up. That's all you have to do. When you see it, you'll see slowly more transitions. Like I say, I go by truth and not by facts, because facts, they can change all the time, but truth is the truth. What I'm telling you is truth. Not from articles, but from my experiences, and also just my perspective and point of view, which is just truth. It's not really my perspective. To a certain degree it is, but it's truth. So, what are you supposed to do? Take in the truth. Because what I'm saying won't change. If you do that, you'll be alright. You don't have to buy no course. You don't have to follow what this YouTuber say. I know you're laughing probably because you're watching a YouTuber right now, but I'm talking about your average YouTuber that tells you do X, Y, Z, do X, Y, Z, do X, Y, Z, and you'll be successful, or you'll do this and you'll get good benefits. No. Just do the simple stuff. Save your money. Let go of some bad habits. Make good habits. And just be your best version of yourself. That's all you have to do. It's not that hard. And if you're probably wondering what are some good habits, exercise. That's simple. Then go brush your teeth. Do your face. Eat healthy foods then. What type of foods can I eat, Brendan? Just start off simply with fruits and vegetables. Eat some meats. Protein meats. Not just beef or pork. Real meat that can help you, like chicken. Especially like baked chicken. Or chicken or food that's not fried. And if you don't want meat, eat beans. That's a form of protein. And that's a vegetable. Because if I'm not mistaken, beans do have protein in them. That's all you gotta do. Meditate. And like I say, if you're a Christian, read the Word of God. The Word of God is truth. That's where my source comes in for life. My source of life is through the Bible. And what I say usually aligns with what the Word says. That's what I try to say. Or that's what I try to at least align myself with for this podcast, because it's inspired through Christian faith. But it's not just for Christians, it's for anybody to listen to. But if you're definitely a Christian or a follower of Christ or know about it, it's even more better if you listen to this podcast and subscribe to it and hit the notification button. But anyone can subscribe and notification button if they like to. But to my final conclusion to all this is that it doesn't necessarily have to be you spending up your money or taking up all the time of your day to be some productive little rat. All you gotta do is just sacrifice the stuff that's causing you not to move forward. If you're seeing something that's stopping you, that's not letting you go forward, just let it go. Let it go, keep it moving, and just live life the way you know it's going to live. It's going to work for you to do better in your successful journey that you're trying to get to, of success, prosperity, whatever it is. And if you need help, I got my 2 books. Do you need any help? Self-improvement 101 advices. This book right here helps you if you're lost in life, or if you're trying to figure out how to grow, how to develop yourself and do better. And then, like I say, the second book right here, Brilliant Ambitions, will help you if you need to figure out how to find your passion. It teaches you how to build skills to build that drive for success. And when I mean that drive for success, I mean being passionate, ambitious, like my title says. And the skills I talk about in that book isn't necessarily like skills like hands-on skills. Skills that are really simple, such as your tone of the people you be around, the way you should save money, how you should criticize yourself in your walk and your journey. Just basically simple self-improvement 101 self-discovery things. But it's all perspective based, and it's not all trying to force you what to do. It's just giving you advice that can help you potentially maybe get forward to where you need to get to. And the links for that is all down below. And I also got a clothing brand for this podcast that talks about stuff just like this, where I'm here to elevate you to get to the highest point you can get to. Because part of this development podcast is that it's like a pod. A pod develops, right? Because when you plant it as a seed and you water it. Once it's watered, it's grown like a tree. It starts from a little tiny plant to a tree and extends up. And then boom, you be successful. And then boom, the tree is big and beautiful, especially if it's a fruit tree. Same thing with you. Just like this logo, you're gonna be a seed And I potentially maybe could be the person that plants you. And through other people, they may help or through another person, they may help water you. And then you start growing through the increase of something. Maybe God, I don't know. Something. Someone that's helping you. And then boom, you're successful. So I just really hope you understand the meaning of what I was saying in this episode, that sacrifices is very important and that you really need to be keen in on what's stopping you from not pushing up and let go of those strongholds, bad habits, people, whatever it is. My name is Brendan Brown. Thank you for listening to this podcast.